Hey, 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 my friend. Welcome back to the channel. This is your Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of May 13th, 2024 through, what is it, the 19th? Welcome back, my friend. This is Keeping It Real with Sidereal and the Cosmic Mystic podcast. I am Danny C. Muniz, intuitive astrologer, spiritual healer, helping you understand astrology for your life, business, and on your healing journey. My friend, this is all about the new Taurus season. We are just about to enter. This is also any transits that we have going on this week, how to navigate them, what may be coming up for you, and where the moon will be this week so that we can align our energies towards our growth and our businesses and our life. So let's get started. I'm excited to be sharing this season with you because, my friend, I'm not being biased or anything, but this is my favorite season of the year. Might be because I am a Taurus sun. That could be that could be it. All right, so let's go ahead and kick off um, our forecast here. So right here you can see on 513 we are at 29 degrees Aries, which means we are at the very end of the zodiac. You can see its line is right here, right at the very edge, ready to enter the Taurus energy. We will actually be moving into Taurus on the 14th, May 14th. And so we're beginning our week at the very end of Aries, and then we'll be stepping into Taurus. So let me tell you a couple of things about Taurus energy, and then we'll talk about some of the things that we are seeing here with Taurus season. So you'll see here, moving it over to the 14th here on Tuesday, you can see at 8 a.m. we've got 0 degrees 1. So we are entering Taurus. So we are here, my friend. It is Taurus season. Happy Taurus season. So let's talk a little bit about what Taurus season is for us. And let's talk a little bit about the zodiac sign of Taurus, and then talk a little bit about how this particular season, how we can use this season in our growth. So Taurus is an earth element. So we've moved from, that very fire, action oriented, impulsive type energy to stopping to smell the roses. So any of the earth elements, and Taurus is the baby of the earth element. And so it is more grounded energy. It's in particular more sensual, more in tuned with the senses. It is grounded, focused, determined, stubborn. It is the bull. So its symbol is the bull. And so with Taurus, it is I sense, and it is tuning into all of the senses, all 5 senses, and really being connected to the material world. So oftentimes when we're on our spiritual journey, our spiritual awakening, when we start connecting with other realms, other, I want to say galaxies, other beings, let's just say, that is very much, as I like to call, kind of up in these upper realms, right? Taurus reminds us to bring that down into here. It's the muggle life, right? It's the material world. It's living, right? It's taking that knowledge that we have from the other realms into the here and now, right? We've chosen as souls, in my belief system, we've chosen as souls to come here to this time and to this place to experience the 3D, to experience this particular moment in human history. And so because of that, Taurus really helps us, reminds us to take that information and ground it into earth, ground it into the here and now. And so this is Taurus is very conscious of the physical. The physical comforts in particular, it is known for being comfortable. And so the one thing I love about this season is that it's like, okay, we can get comfy now, right? We can get comfortable. It also, on the flip side of that, because remember, nothing is good or bad. Everything is how we put our energy into it and our intention and our focus into it. So if we're looking at this and this idea of, yes, I can get comfortable now. It also is showing me where my comforts are, where I might be comfortable, where I might be too comfortable, let's just say. So we can use this season to notice, right? For one, how we are bringing things down into the material world. How, are we just trying to live up in this ethereal world, or are we actually living and learning the lessons in this physical 3D realm, right? This physical world, the material world. We can look at how we are engaging with the material, and also how our comforts, right? Where is our comfort, and like what's comfortable for us, and where can we maybe be aware of what those boundaries might be. Capricorn is the perfect season to really notice those boundaries, but any of the earth element is also a really good opportunity. So this would also be in Virgo season to really look at that idea of my comfort and where I'm pushing past my boundaries. So, my friend, this is a beautiful, sensual season that I hope you enjoy as well. So let's talk about a little bit of the influences that we have here with the sun. In particular, we have Jupiter, who we talked about last week. And we were coming into this conjunction, right? This conjunction with Jupiter here. And Jupiter is, such an optimistic, happy planet. It's all about growth and expansion. So this is that really good period of starting new projects. And what I like here is that we started this in Aries season, and now we're moving it into Taurus season. And Taurus is more of getting into the work. It's the stability of things. It's a very stable sign, right? It doesn't like to be in an unstable place, which is for a lot of us earth element. So those of you with your sun, moon, or rising sign, or a predominant earth element coming from your natal chart, your birth chart, you're probably like, yes, it's time for Taurus, because it's time to like secure and stabilize ourselves. And that's something that's really great. So this energy here is really helping us move through this new idea, new project, new focus, new ambition, new venture, right? In a very beneficial way, in a very optimistic way. And I don't know about you, but that's one of the best ways to start any new project, right? Is being in that very optimistic, focused, determined type energy. So then the other thing we have over here is this conjunction here with Venus. Now, this is new because comes into play here on the 13th. It moves into about 6 degrees from the sun. And so there's a lot of love and affection and creativity. It's just, things are just really beautiful, and which is great, right? Because Taurus really recognizes that. As I said at the beginning, stop and smell the roses, both metaphorically and literally, right? Smelling, touching, tasting, like all of those senses. And so we're really attracted to the really beautiful things. Now, the other thing is the planet Venus rules over the zodiac sign of Taurus. So this is like its vibe. It's coming home. It's coming into its place. And so it really loves to be here. It's going to move into Taurus in a bit, but it's getting connected to that energy right now. So this is a really good time for events, parties, giving and receiving type energy. Usually finances are usually pretty good during this time as well. Now, again, depending on your individual chart, that could differ just a little bit. That's why I say it could, because, I'm giving you a collective energy here. Your specific chart will, shift whether that is ideal or not. All right, now I just want to remind you, we do still have that conjunction here. The sun did move past Uranus, so we are past Uranus here. Uranus is still in Aries. It will be moving into Taurus, just not quite yet, but we do have it's still in that conjunction, even though we're moving forward. And that was a lot of that energy of unexpected change, wanting freedom, rebelling. It's kind of like breaking free from that routine type energy, stirring things up. And so we still have that through the end of this week on the 18th. And then another new one that I wanted to point out is this one right here, the sextile here to Neptune, which we see come into play on the 14th of May, so on Tuesday. This is heightened sensitivity, intuition, imagination, creativity. For those of you that are really empathic, psychic, there's a lot of insights right now, downloads that you're probably going to be receiving, and not just from that normal kind of like, oh, I received a message kind of idea, but noticing how it may be in the physical world, because we are talking about Taurus here. So noticing in the physical world, nature. One of the really beautiful things about the earth element is like it's getting out into nature. It's getting outside of our homes, outside of our buildings, and out into nature. One of the things I'd highly recommend. And so with this connection here, there may be signs like the bees, right? You may have birds, you may have animals coming to you wanting to deliver a message. And so I want you to just pay attention to what might be happening. Earlier I was outside at our trash can, and a bird just literally flew like right by me, and I was like, okay, all right, here we go. Right? It was really wanting to come into my attention. It wasn't, just flying up in the air. It came right past me. That was a clear sign to me that I need to pay attention. I need to slow down. I also have an earache. I've had for a couple of days now, and this as well is like, slow down, Danny, listen. And, it's one thing to hear, it's a whole other thing to listen. And so that's been one of my lessons, is to reminding me, and I'm so glad Taurus is here to help me remind me of that slowing down. All right, so then let me correct my words. We are also going to have one other shift this week with the Sun and Pluto. Right here on the 16th, you can see this trine over to Pluto. Now, anytime we're talking about Pluto, we're talking about power, we're talking about intensity, depth. And so I would say more intense experiences coming towards the end of this week. What is this, Thursday? You're wanting to dive into an interest or a thought or an idea that you're having right now. It's like, ooh, I'm going to dive in and going down the rabbit hole, so to speak. There's definitely more power and influence that you may see, whether you have that over others or others may have that over you. So use that, right? We can use that to our advantage. Making impression on people, clearing things out. This is also anytime we're talking about a really nice transit like this with Pluto, study the mystery, study the occult, astrology, right? Shadow self, really great time to do some shadow work during this period as well. All right, that is our sun. Let's talk a little bit about our moon, where our moon's going to be this week, and that energy, because our moon is our emotional energy. It's what drives us, right? And so we want to see where that energy is going to be and how we can move and navigate through it. I learned how to use the moon as more of a productivity tool from Vanessa Corazon with the Moon Night Planner. Highly recommend checking her out. Really showing you how to use the moon as a productive tool, which is quite cool because it is our emotional energy, right? So if we come back over here to Monday, we'll see that our moon is in Cancer. And so it will be in Cancer on Monday and Tuesday. So we kick off this week with a very nurturing type energy, creative type energy. I usually like to take this time to kind of slow down, pause, take a break, try to be off anything if I possibly can. The Cancer is actually my moon sign. So this is usually my lunar return during this time, and so it's a new awareness for me, and it's really like my time to just kind of be with me, which is something I'm definitely taking advantage of. So Monday, Tuesday, great time for do some creative work. So whether that's designing things, creating things, if you're business owners, my friends, my fellow healers, practitioners, coaches, you'll want to work on the creative thing, like working Canva, creating those images, working on emotional content or emotional piece of something. This is a really good time to work on those types of things. And then we move into Wednesday and all the way till Friday afternoon. So Wednesday, Thursday, you can see here, and then moving into Friday, we will still be there in Leo early in the day. And once we get into the afternoon, it will move out of Leo and into Virgo. But Leo is a fire sign. And so one of the really beautiful things is during the water element, we get to kind of take that pause, kind of nurture ourselves, and then preparing, like filling our cup so that we're ready to go when the fire element hits, which is Leo. So when Leo comes in play here on Wednesday, it's going to get into action more. And in specifically with Leo, there's a lot of visibility that happens here, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, wanting to stand out. Really good time also to do some inner child work. So if you're wanting to work with your inner child, whether that's you've done some healing and now you're kind of working with her on a regular or him on a regular basis, like you still have that. You can still work on that, or it's like, ooh, let's go work on this specific thing that maybe has come up. So really good time also to have some fun, to be playful with things. So if there's work that you have to do during this period that's like, oh, it's not my favorite thing to do, how can you make it fun? How can you make it vibrant, right? Maybe you can get together with some girlfriends and, hang out and do some co-working together. One of my favorite things to do. Actually do co-working for the Connected Soul Network every Wednesday. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's like the same time, same place, we get together and we work. And I usually have music on my side, and I don't know what they're doing on their side, but it's like, it's fun, it's inviting. I have other people, so it doesn't feel as mundane as maybe it might if I wasn't doing that. But anyway, you can make it fun. Maybe you go to a fun coffee shop and do the work instead, right? You're out with people. Definitely Leo loves to be around people, loves to be in the spotlight. So, recording videos during this time is probably a really good thing to do, or doing live videos is also really good. And then Friday evening, all the way through Sunday, we'll see that our moon moves into Virgo. Now, Virgo is element, so we'll have our sun and our moon in Virgo. Man, this is a period of getting things done. Let me just tell you, Virgo energy with Taurus, it's like, let's organize the thing, let's clear out the pantry, let's do the spring cleaning, let's clear out the garage, let's do that more getting into type work. That's generally what we see here. It's the best. So this weekend is a productive weekend. If you've got work to do, this is the weekend to do it. Let me just say, whether that's business or personal, this is the weekend to do it. All right. Let's keep going forward. So that is our moon. Let's go ahead and go back, because there's a couple of other things that I want to point out for you here, specifically with Venus. Venus is making, as of the 19th, let me get over to the 19th, just stood there. The 19th. We have Venus making this sextile here to Neptune. So this is more of like a nurturing energy between these two, because we're talking about Venus, who is that love, the beauty, more sensual energy, and Neptune, who is that very dreamy, caring, nurturing type energy. So these two together really increasing that sensitivity, really wanting to be creative and express love. So maybe even creative in the way that you're expressing love. This is very tender, very spiritual energy, especially with a partner or with your loved ones. Generally speaking, when we talk about Venus, we do kind of talk about some shopping because she does rule over money and that beauty. So it's like shopping for things. But in this particular case, I would say probably shopping for others in particular. With the way that this is set up here, you might be wanting to engage in things like that, or even engaging in like creative things like art, music, dance, painting. So taking a creative type class would be really good this weekend as well. There is a lot of heightened sensitivity here. So just be aware that you might have some visions in your just physical world, but also within your dream world. And then the final one here for Venus I wanted to talk about is this. Saturn. So we come back here, it's going to end here on the 18th, but it is still kind of influencing us for most of this week. And that is that need or that desire for companionship, wanting to be connected to somebody, wanting to be in commitment or in relation with others. So for those of you that are in a relationship, you might want to connect with your partner a little bit more this week here. Or if you're somebody who is dating, then you might be wanting to go out and connect with somebody. Just keep in mind that there are new relationships that are it's very positive during this time. Just be careful because and pay attention to your intuition. Trust that information, my friend, because Neptune coming in here is going to help guide that, but it can also kind of shadow some of the things that maybe are red flags for us. So just want to kind of put that out there for you as well. All right, that is the last thing there. Actually, no, the one other thing I did want to talk about is these conjunctions here with Uranus and Jupiter. So this Venus does come into conjunction here with Uranus on the 13th. And this is bringing excitement and change in our love and financial aspects. So one of the reasons why I said oh, this is a great time for relationships is because we've also got this Uranus here and this Jupiter connection, which is promoting a lot of that harmony, happiness, and just making things really easy. It's like really simple, really flowy, which I really love about this. There could be some financial gains, but also some financial losses because we're talking about Uranus here. Although Jupiter is in Taurus now, and we also have here. Let me go forward a little bit. We have let me bring up here. We have this really beautiful piece of nice flow, and also because it's Taurus, so it's kind of grounding that energy, which is really great. I just want you to be careful that there could be, because things are unexpected with Uranus. We never know with Uranus, because we have that sextile to Saturn. It is, kind of grounding it a little bit more. But I just want you to be mindful that you could have some windfalls either way here. So whether that's positive or not so positive. Just be mindful of that, but really good social time here. So if you are somebody who, look for some social events this weekend, you might really be feeling like connecting with others, specifically during this week. Towards the end of the week, to get more into business or more shopping, I will say, as well. That's also a possibility. But this is a really beautiful weekend, a really beautiful time. Just connect with others, connect with yourself, connect with nature, go for a hike, go maybe go for a hike with a friend, or maybe on a date if that's your flow. All right, my friend, that is our Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of May 13th through the 19th. I do want to remind you that every single month we have our new Zodiacal monthly guidebook. This is all about Taurus season. It launches on the 14th. So go ahead and click the link down below so that you can get that guidebook. It's absolutely free. And inside you will get more on Taurus zodiac, more on the transits that are happening throughout this month. You'll get our new moon and full moon dates and kind of the theme for those both of those moons. And then you'll also get weekly journal prompts in there where to help you, get some more self-discovery, some more insight on yourself to go a little bit deeper, and mantras that you can say through the week. My friend, there's a beautiful ritual at the very end all about Taurus and connecting to the heart with some tea. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for a ritual to do this month, that is a great ritual to do to connect to the heart, because we are working with the heart chakra during Taurus season. All right, my friend, that wraps it up. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Keeping It Real with Sidereal. And for those of you on the Cosmic Mystic podcast, be sure to follow the podcast. We will be putting out a Taurus podcast episode coming up this week as well. We're going to talk all about Taurus. So, my friend, close your eyes with me and let's take a nice deep breath in. And find peace. Bye.